Hey all, welcome back. So in today's video we are going to see about polymorphism coding techniques in system Verilog. Before getting into how to write a polymorphism code or how to estimate the output from that particular polymorphism code, let us first have a small introduction on what is polymorphism. As many of you know like what is polymorphism and what are the OOPS properties. If you are someone who are confused with these properties, I link a particular video where I have explained clearly about all the properties in OOPS clearly with examples. You can go there and check it out. Right, I'll link that in the description box as well as in the title box here itself. Right, now coming to polymorphism. To simply make you understand what is polymorphism, it is nothing but the base class handle is taking many forms. Okay, for example, if I am a person, I'm a mother of a child, I'm a wife to a husband, and I'm a child for my mother, right? So the me here is taking different forms, is it or not? I as a mother have different responsibilities. Similarly, I as a wife have some other responsibilities. I as a child to my father and mother is having some other responsibilities. The me is taking different forms based on the places I am working it. Like if I'm with my child, I will be performing my responsibilities as a mother, right? If I'm with my parents as a child to them, I am performing that responsibility. Similarly, since the me is having different forms, similarly the base class object, depending upon the child's requirements, like the child class requirements, it is taking different forms. Okay, and this different forms is nothing but we call it as polymorphism. Clear? Yes, polymorphism means basically if you are defining it, it is just a parent class object taking different forms. Okay, so what are these different forms? Basically, we'll see that in the coding in today's video that we are discussing. So this is polymorphism. In System Verilog, polymorphism is achieved by using virtual methods and inheritance. Okay, so with the help of inheritance and with the help of virtual methods, we will be extracting this polymorphism technique in OOPS. Right, so let's get into today's video. And before getting into today's video, if you are new to this channel, consider subscribing my channel and hit on the notification bell also. Also do follow me on LinkedIn in order to get more updates related to my classes. So this is my child class. Okay, class base class. So this base class is having the virtual function method. Okay, so this is my base class. Okay, so now if you see here, this is my base class which is having three handles bc0, bc1 and bc2. Okay, this is my child class 1. Okay, which is ec1. This is my child class 2 which is ec2. This is my child class 3 which is ec3. Okay, so I'm having three different child classes but a single base class with three different forms of handles. Okay, now within module I have declared handles and also created the object for my three extended classes ec1, ec2 and ec3, and I have used three handles for my base class bc of 3. I have taken the array of handles. You can either take it in this way like bc of 3. By using this I have just reduced the three different names for the handles. If it is not if you think that it is not fine for you, then you can just take it as bc1, BC2 and BC3. Okay, in this way you can take three handles. You can either take it in an array format or in a normal format. It's your wish. Okay, now for this three handles, what I am doing, I am assigning the values EC1, EC2 and EC3. Now since I have transferred everything for EC1, EC2, EC3 child class handles, so now what I am doing, I am calling the base class. I am by using the base class handle, I am calling the method of my extended class. Okay, clear? So as soon as you are calling display bc0 dot display, which will be invoked, this will be invoked and this particular display will be printed out. See, inside extended class 1. Similarly, extended class 2, extended class 3. Even though you are calling it with base class handle, your child class handles will be invoked. Why? Because I have created this particular as virtual. If you are not creating it as virtual, then what happens? then just check it out what happens. Instead of me saying what will happen by without using the virtual keyword, you can just check it out and you can ping me if you are having any doubt after checking it without keeping the virtual function, right? Okay, the same example here. Okay, but instead of just creating the display functions, I have just taken another example in order to display something, in order to show you how we can override it. Because as I already told you, we already in inheritance, basically by using the child class handle, you will be overriding the methods within the parent class, is it or not? But as I told you, in polymorphism, by using the parent class handle, you can also override the child class methods. So how are we going to do that, right? So if you see here, this is my virtual function. So within this virtual function here, I am taking again the same thing here. If you see, I have taken three extended classes, and for my parent class parent, I have taken three handles. Okay, so the parent is only one class. Okay, but I am taking three forms for this parent class. For the three child classes, I am creating the handle, okay, along with object, right? Now within the ca of, so my child class handle sorry, my child class method consists of data and id. So within the data and id, I am assigning 202. Within cb, I am assigning 303. Within the third child class, I am assigning 404. Okay, now what happens if you are going to display it like this? Then what happens? So the child A will be getting 202, the child B will be getting 303, the child C will be getting 404. Okay, why? Because I have assigned. Now what I have done, instead of calling it with child class handle, I want to call it with parent class handle. So that is why I have assigned everything in my child class to my parent class handles. So after assigning everything to my parent class handles, what I have done here, I have assign my pa.data and pa.id as 101. Now what is pa.data here? Actually, if you think, this parent is, this is my parent, this my parent is having pa, pb, pc as handles. Now what does this pa refer to? This pa is referring to, if you see here, ca here. So whenever this pa dot display is invoked, is called, which will be invoked, this particular thing will be invoked, is it or not? So now pa dot data means the data within the first child class will be overridden from 200 to 100. Similarly, the id will be overridden from 2 to 1. Okay, and so that is why if you see here, the child class actually, even though I have given it as 202, but with my parent class handle, I have returned the value, overridden the values to 101. So that is why it is 101 rather than 202. Okay, got my point. Let us see that on a EDA background so that it will be easily understood for you, and also it will be much more exciting for you when you are writing the code and running it and seeing the output. So if you see here, the same code, but I have made some changes here. See, this is my parent. Okay, within the parent also I have assigned the values. Okay, like data and id, within the parent class also I have assigned the values as 60 and 471. Okay, okay, I have taken the properties, I haven't assigned the values. Now I am taking only two child classes, because even though you are taking 2 or 10, everything is same. Okay, so I am taking two child classes. So if you see here, child A and child B, which are extended from the same parent class. Now if you see here, my parent class, since I have taken two child classes, so based on the child classes that you are taking, your parent will be taking forms. Parent class will be taking forms. Now if you see here, I am having two parent handles, okay, and two child handles. So if you see here, I have created a new for my parent class also. Now if you will get it out, why I have created a new for parent class, because before assigning some values itself, okay, in the before programs, if you see, I didn't display any, I didn't call the pa display before assigning it. So but here if you see, before assigning the child class handles, I am calling the pa dot display here. So for that, what I am doing, since I am calling pa dot display and pb dot display before assigning the child class handle. So I need to create the object for it. I think you understand about it. If you still are having any doubt, because none of two brains are same and no one will understand it clearly at one shot. Some of you may have doubts regarding it, but if you are having doubts, please don't hesitate to ping me in the comment box so that I'll answer your questions clearly. Okay, so for this I have created two objects for PA and PB, and also for CA and CB. Now before assigning, I am calling PA dot display and PB dot display. Now what happens, before after calling it, I am assigning the values for my child class. First child class as 202 and the second child class as 303. Okay, now after assigning the values, what I am doing, whatever that is there in CA, I am assigning it to my PA. Whatever that is there in CB, I am assigning it to my PB. Okay, now I am calling it. If you see here, before assigning, I have called the PA display and PB display. After assigning, I am calling it with PA display and PB display, so that you will see the difference. Okay, and then what I am doing, okay, just ignore it. I'll explain it to you next after explaining this particular program clearly. Now what I have done, I have taken, after assigning the values, I am displaying PA display, PB display, and then I am overriding the value of PA data. Now what is PA data here? Since you have assigned everything from child class to parent class, now PA dot data means the method that is there in the child class CA. Okay, it refers to this particular child class properties. Okay, not the parent class properties. Now see, because why is it? Because I have assigned everything in my CA to PA. So when I am referring to PA dot data, it refers to child class A dot data. Similarly, PA dot ID means child class A dot ID. Okay, I have just overridden it from 101. What are the original values? They are not they are not 60 and 471, they are 202. Okay, so I am changing it from 202 to 101. Okay, and then I am calling a PA dot display. Now let us see what will be the output for this particular thing. Okay, I'll run the code and let us check the output. So before checking the output, let us analyze the thing. If you see here, firstly what I have done, before assigning the values, I have called PA dot display, PB dot display. Now before assigning, that means the first values, if you see, yes, if you see here, those are the parent. Why? Because before assigning itself, I am calling the PA dot display. So since before assigning, if I am calling, what is the function that is displayed? That is 60 and 471. That will be displayed. Did you get my point here? Yes. So that is by 60 and 471. Even though you are calling it with PA dot display or PB dot display, whatever it is, because the same, why P and PB are same, because it the parent is same, it is just taking many forms. Okay, so either PA dot display or PB dot display, whatever you are calling, it will be only this particular function will be invoked. Okay, so now what happens after assigning PA and PB? Okay, after assigning the values of C as 202 and CB as 303, and after assigning the child class handles to parent class handle, now you are calling PA dot display and PB dot display. That means the second PA dot display and PB dot display, if you see, that will be invoked with child class. Okay, since child class, there are having two child classes, so two different values will be given. Okay, even though you are calling it as PA dot display, it is getting 202. Even though you are calling it as PB dot display, but it is referring to the child B, not parent, so that is why it is different, that is 303. Now what happens after this, you have changed the handle with PA dot data and PA dot ID. So the 101 will be changed for child A. Now if you do the same thing for, instead of PA, if you are doing the same thing for PB, okay, just the same thing, instead of PA you have done it with for PB. Now what happens? Okay, let us see. Okay, sorry, I didn't write PB, I think. So if you see here, since if you see here, only child A is displayed. Why? Because I have not called the pa dot display, but I have not called pb dot display, but I have called pa dot display. Now if I call everything, I have changed it to pb. Now what happens? The child b will be invoked. Have you seen here? Yes, the child b is overridden from 303 to 101 instead of child a, which is 202 is the original value. Okay, have you seen this? In this way you will be overriding it. Now if you do the same thing with child b display also, the same thing will be done. Now what I am telling is, if you are calling it with cb dot display also, even though you have changed it with parent handle, but still when you are calling it with child handle also, it is overridden and the value is 101. Okay, have you got it? So this is how basically the polymorphism works in system verilog. If you are still having any doubts, you can ping me in the comment box. This is my first code. Okay, you can just pause this video and just analyze the code, and then this is my second code. Try to even though if you see all the codes, all these two and yeah, the two codes will be same. Okay, the third code also basically, if you see all the three codes, they seem to me same. But have you found any changes among these three codes? If there are, then what are the changes and what is the output of this particular codes? Okay, you can just ping me. This is my first code. Okay, and this is the second one, and this is my third one. Okay, please try to analyze these three codes, and if you are having any doubts, you can ping me in the comment box.